Tonight we're gonna get our frost, and this is the first time that I'm trying this, but I've heard that you can overwinter peppers. So I got some of these that I think I'm gonna bring in the house, and then I'm gonna bring in some of these bells in the house. I'm gonna try to take the healthiest ones that I can find and go from there. You should take the ones that don't have any dying leaves on them. A lot of these aren't looking the healthiest, but I think I'm gonna, can't tell which ones were the bells anymore either because I harvested a lot. Here's a bell, I think. I think this is a bell. Oh, I need to go get a shovel. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is a bell. And I'm gonna chop off, I think I'm gonna chop off half of this. This was a good grower. See here. And take off the fruit. This is for sure a bell. So that way I know. Dig it out. And take all the leaves off too. Now, I haven't never tried this before, but peppers take me a really long time to grow. So I'm gonna give this a shot. I'm gonna leave about that much. They say about that much of the roots on there. And I'm gonna pop it in the house. I'm gonna put it in one of these. See there? And I'm just gonna put some fresh dirt inside of it and go on from there. I'm also going to be saving some of these banana peppers plants. I'm going to save probably 2 of these because these take not as long as the bell peppers, but they still take a while. So I'm going to get a couple of these too. Okay, so all in all, I had to hurry up and come in because it was getting dark out and it's already getting super cold. So I just used some of my, make sure that you're on, yeah. I just used some of my regular potting plants for like regular house plants, pots that I had left over. And I got two in each. And I didn't water these. And I mean, I've heard conflicting ideas about these peppers, overwintering peppers, that you need to supplement them with light. Some people say that the darker that it is, the better off they're going to be, because you don't want them to start growing in the house until spring. So what I did, I don't know if you guys can see it from there. Looks like it might be kind of dark. But I took off all the leaves and all these like little nodes here I'm going to pull off. But the leaves are the most important thing because you don't want to leave leaves on there. They say that it will, well, I guess you wouldn't want to leave leaves on there because they just die anyway without, supplemental light. So I'm going to leave these down here, but I'm not, right now I'm just going to leave them in the dark, and that's it. I'm going to just probably periodically check on them. This is, my basement stays pretty cool, so if I have to, I may end up running, you know, one of the heat mats for them. I don't know. It depends on how cold it gets down here this winter. But if it works, it'll be nice because, like I said, peppers seem to take the longest to get started going. I mean, I didn't get a whole lot of peppers this year because of, you know, how long they take. I should have started them. I mean, I did start them pretty early, but I guess I could have started them earlier. Now with these, if I have to, I will repot them, but I don't know, because I left most of the root development on the plant because there wasn't like a massive amount. And they say that when you're trying to overwinter the pepper plants, that you should, you know, minimize the roots, you know, so that there's not so many. But I mean, I've mangled these poor these poor pepper plants, so hopefully they'll survive what I did. I'm just trying to make sure that I got all of them off here. All the leaves and the foliage. Looks like I got most of it. Okay. So I took all the leaves off here. Now I just am left with like the little stubs. So we'll see how it goes. I'm kind of excited to have peppers sprouting. Hopefully it'll get nodes here come spring. We'll see. So to show you guys what I did in growing these sweet potatoes is I just put a whole bunch of logs into a 18-gallon tote, and then I just started throwing leaves on top of the logs, and then I put some potting soil mix on top of that because I wasn't planning on growing sweet potatoes in this. It was supposed to be for carrots or something small, but I ended up using sweet potatoes because a critter dug up all of my carrots. So I did have some sweet potato slips that I had left over, so I ended up using those instead, and as you can see, they grew pretty well. I really wasn't expecting a whole lot because, you know, you did see all the logs that I put inside of there, but I did get some, and I was actually pretty surprised at how many I did get because of how much logs I had inside of this tote. I got some pretty good size ones, and I got a lot of small ones, but they all got ate. They were all delicious. So while I was digging all this up, I decided to get another empty tote so I can just be done with this tote and, you know, get it ready for winter. I just went ahead and put all of the sweet potato vines inside of the bottom of the tote, and I'm just gonna let that compost, and because I'm not planning on growing sweet potatoes in this tote again anyway, so that'll just be organic matter in the bottom of this. But I was really surprised at how many sweet potatoes actually grew because there wasn't a whole lot of soil on top. So all of this grew pretty predominantly on the bottom where the logs were, and a lot of them was attached to the logs. So I thought that was pretty interesting. So next year I'm definitely going to do this again, but the only thing that I'm going to do different is I'm not going to put as many logs inside and see how many I can get doing it like that.
because I mean, you see how many logs were inside of this tote, and them sweet potatoes were just going crazy. The root system on some of those was pretty insane. So another thing that I am doing for the first time is trying to overwinter one of my cherry tomato plants. And I just snipped off what looked to be the healthiest part of the plant, and then I snipped off all the leaves except for the very top, and to see if I can grow some roots in here and then maybe grow a plant or two in the house for the winter. I don't know, we'll see how it turns out. But this was the best producing tomato plant that I had, so I wanted to see if it would grow throughout the winter. But I know that these are not heirloom tomatoes. This is a hybrid tomato, so I'm not sure if it will grow during the winter or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a shot and see what happens. So this is all of the sweet potatoes out of that tote that we got, and we actually ended up eating these the next day, and they were so delicious and sweet. There's nothing like a homegrown sweet potato. Okay, so I also dug up all these ginger and turmeric that I planted. Let me show you. This is like the most growth that I got out of the ginger and the turmeric. So I dug some up, and I'm gonna plant it in my pot down here because it just seems like a waste. I spent a lot of time on that. So I'm gonna see if they'll just continue to grow throughout the winter, because they are a warm climate crop. The peppers seem to be doing okay so far, so good. I don't see any new buds yet, so that's a good sign, because I'm not watering these guys. Hopefully they're gonna go dormant for the winter, and then as soon as spring hits, it'll be time to bring them upstairs. Yeah. So with let's see, I guess we'll use this. So I'm kind of hoping that the same thing's going to happen with the ginger, but I don't think that that's going to be the case. So I think I might end up having to bring it upstairs. So, and I'm going to use the same pot for now and just put all of the ginger and the turmeric in here. I'm going to bury these guys over here for now and see if they decide to do anything. So those are going to be buried on the side. And this will go about like that. Don't want to cover it too much. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to get another pot. I thought this pot was going to be big enough, but I don't think that it is. So I'm going to get another pot and plant the rest. And hopefully they will survive throughout the winter. And then when I'm ready for them, I'm going to come down and get them in the spring. And hopefully they'll be alive still. We'll see. This is an experiment. I don't even know if this is going to work. I'm going to just use this pot here and put 2 of them in. See, I snipped off the top so that way they didn't have any leaves showing. Maybe I should just have one per, probably one. I do have an extra one of these. I guess I should probably give them their own space. Try some together and some apart. See which ones do the best.
There we go. Wish me luck, guys. So I'm just going to turn off the light. I have this sheet up here because my cat likes to get into my plants. So I just tacked up this sheet so that way he can't, hopefully he can't get in here and get to him. But my cat is a Houdini. There.
If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. We would greatly appreciate it. And we hope that everyone has a very blessed day. And I hope you enjoy this foliage scenery from a street that's right by our house that we love to go down every fall because of all of the beautiful foliage.